All right. Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah Baraka Thumb. To all the Akim out there. Yahweh Shamar Al Thun Bahashem Yahweh Shai. To all the Akwathian out there. This is the Lashawan Qadash class. We are going to go through some things today. Tonight. So just bear with me for 1 second. Make sure I can get on here. All right. Let me see. Just bear with me 1 second. All right. So we are going to get into it tonight. We're going to do a lot of review tonight, and then we're going to get into some new things tonight. I want to give a disclaimer for this class. I'm not a rapper. I'm not an artist. There's a lot of gifted Akim in the school. They know how to rap. They know how to sing. That's not my gift. However, one of the things that a lot of people learn through song. So, just bear with me. We're going to do a song tonight so that you can remember dealing with the days of the week. Please do not get on me. Please do not call Commander Jin Johanna and say that Akim was horrible. Just bear with me and give me grace for this opportunity. As I learned as a teacher, people learn through song. So we're going to do a song with certain things, days of the week. We're going to do a quick review. First thing I'd like us to do is, if you have a sheet of paper right now, go ahead and get a sheet of paper and go get some crayons if you have some. Sheet of paper, crayons. If you don't have any crayons, you don't necessarily need them, but it really does. It's helpful for this lesson. So I'll give you about a couple minutes, and I'll give you about a minute or so. Just go get a blank sheet of paper and crayons. On your sheet, what I want you to do is I want you to take a blank sheet of paper. Okay, at the top, I want you to label it color review. So go get a blank sheet of paper at the top. Just put color review at the top. Let's see, make sure y'all can see that. All right, there we go. Color review at the top of the paper. Okay. So all right. All right. So let's go ahead and then I want you to number your paper 1 through 9. Okay. So when you get your paper, I want you to number it, color review, and then I want you to put numbers 1 through 9 on your sheet of paper. Okay. All right, colors 1 through 9. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say the word, the color in Hebrew. This is a review. I'm going to say the color in Hebrew. I'll also put it in the chat. And when I say it in the Hebrew and in the chat, what I want you to do is if you have some crayons, you can use your crayons to color in, just like color in like a circle or anything next to the word. And then I want you to say what color it is in English. Okay, so there's 2 things you'll do. So what you can do is next to each number on your paper, okay, next to each number, go ahead and put a square next to that number. All right, so next to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, go ahead and put a square next to each of those numbers. Just talking to an officer real quick. All right, so do this right here on your paper. Hopefully I can see that. And sometimes make sure you can see that. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to I'm going to say the word in Hebrew. I'm going to put it in the chat. What I want you to do is I want you to take your crayon. If you have some crayons, I want you to take those. I want you to color in the box the color that I say, and then I want you to write next to the box what that color is in English. All right? So let's go ahead and do this. All right. Number one on your paper. Number one, I'll put in the chat. Number one is Iraq. Iraq. That's R-A. That's Y-A-R-A-Q. Iraq. Okay, I'm going to put that in the chat. All right. That's the first cell. In that box there, write color in the color it should be. And then I want you to write what color that is in English. All right, I'm going to do it on my own paper as well. All right, and I'm going to do it on my own paper. So number one is Iraq. Okay. I see some people already answered. All right. Number two, and we're going to go over this at the end. Number two, okay, I want you to say, I'm going to say the number two is Khawam. Number two is Khawam. Okay. Khawam. I'm going to put that, I put that in the chat. Okay. And you take the color that matches that, color that in the box, and then write what color that is in English. Khawam. That's number two. Right? Number three, we'll move a little faster. Number three, the color is Tazahab. Number three, the color is Tazahab. Take the crayon that matches that, all right, and put it in the box. Number three is Tazahab. Okay, take the number that matches that, put it in the box. Put it next to the box. Number four. Number four is Zahab. Number four is Zahab. Right? Take the crayon that matches that color and then write what it is in the box, next to the box. Zahab. All right, I'm going to do it with mine. Now, remember, I'm using my colors too over here. And we do this because you want to get familiar with you want to get familiar using the crayon when you hear the color. Okay, so number four is Zahab. Okay. All right, I'm just going to move a little bit faster. Number five, Laban. Number five, Laban. Number five is Laban. All right. Number six. Put this in the chat. Number six is Shachawar. Now remember, this word, this color, you could say it two ways. You could say Shachar or Shachawar. That's number six. Right? Give you some time. Use your crayon. Color what you have to do in. And then write the color in English next to it. Shachawar. All right, number seven. Number seven is Arawam. Number seven is Arawam. All right, take your crayon. You have the crayon, take it, color it in. I'm using the wrong crayon there. See, I'm even doing it too so I can remember. Arawam. All right? Arawam. Number eight is Aragamon. Right? Number 8 is Aragamon. Right? Find your crayon. I don't think I even have that crayon color. I think this is it. This is it. Okay? Aragamon is number 8. And then finally, number 9, Fuckaloth. All right, go ahead and put that in. Fuckaloth for number 9. All right. It's good to have crayons because sometimes, you get the visual. All right, let's go over this. I'd like to hear some people from the chat. If you're in the chat, okay, you're going to put your answer in the chat or whoever answers first. All right, number 1 on our review for colors. Number 1, we had Yurok. Go ahead and I'll give you about 10 seconds to answer that in the chat. What color is Yurok? Okay, what color is Yurok? Go ahead and put that in the chat now. I think somebody already put that in the chat too, though, but put it in the chat again. So I know you see people who are with me. Okay. Excellent. Okay. We got the sister in here. She said it is green. That is correct. Okay. So Yurok is green in Hebrew. All right. Excellent. Give yourself a check if you didn't. If you did not get that correct, circle it and then, write the color green next to it so you know that's what you have to study. Number 2. Okay. Number 2 is Chawam. Number 2 is Chawam. What color is that? Give people a second to answer that in the chat. Chawam. What color is that? Give about 10 seconds and I'll say the answer. Chawam. That's number 2. Anybody can answer 2. That's correct. All right. The sister got it. That is brown. Okay. Chawam is brown. All right. Let's do the next 2. We'll do 2. We'll go by 2 so we can speed it up a little bit. Okay. Number 3 is Tazahab. And number 4 is Zahab. What are those 2 colors? Tazahab is 3 and Zahab is 4. What are those 2 colors? Put those 2 colors down in the chat. Tazahab and Zahab. Put those 2 colors down and give you about 15 seconds. Okay. All right, we got one of them. Tazahab is yellow. Does anybody remember what Zahab is? Tazahab is yellow. That is correct. Anybody know what Zahab is? Right? Zahab is gold. Okay, I'll put that in the chat. Zahab equals gold. Oops. Zahab equals gold. Okay, so Tazahab is yellow. Zahab is gold. Now, if you can't make gold with your crayons or your colors, you could just put brown and yellow or brown and orange and yellow. Kind of give you a goldish color and just write gold next to it. All right, let's do the next 2. Okay, next 2, Laban and Shachawar. What colors are they? Okay, Laban and Shachawar. That's numbers 5 and 6. What colors are they? Laban and Shachawar. That's numbers 5 and 6. What colors are they? All right, somebody was honest saying not sure. Anybody else? Okay. Okay. Which one is black? Okay. The person online, you said black. Oh, I'm thinking you're saying the second one. All right. So let's do this. Okay. Laban actually is the color white. Okay. Laban is the color white and Shachawar is the color black. All right. So Shachawar is black. Laban is white. All right. Excellent job. Okay. And you could say also shachar, or it comes from shachar. So either way, some of these colors you might have, you could say it a couple ways. But shachar is black. All right, so we got those two. Remember, if you're getting it incorrect, circle it, write it next to it. So that's the colors you have to study. All right, let's do the next three. Okay, number 7 was Adawam. Number 8 is Aragamon. And number 9 is Thakalath. What are those 3 colors? Adawam, Aragamon, and Thakalath. What are those 3 colors? What are those 3 colors? Adawam, Aragamon, and Thakalath. Those 3 colors. Okay. All right. I see the sister answered. So, Adawam is red. If you don't have that, let's fix it. Adawam is red. Okay. Aragamon equals purple. That's purple. Aragamon is purple. And Thakalath, that is blue. Right? So that is blue. So we got all of our colors that we went over in the class. I'll go over them again. Okay? So the color green in Hebrew is Yarak. Yarak. The color brown in Hebrew is Chawam. Chawam. The color yellow in Hebrew is Tazahab. Tazahab. The color gold in Hebrew is Zahab. Zahab. The color white in Hebrew is Laban. Right? Laban. The color black in Hebrew is Shachawar. Okay, Shachawar. The color red in Hebrew is Adawam. It's Adawam. The color purple in Hebrew is Aragamon. Aragamon. And the color blue in Hebrew is Thakalath. All right, those are all the colors that we've gone over so far in class. Today, we're going to do one more review, and then we're going to go over some new colors, just 2 new ones. Okay. Today, we're also going to review our seasons and temperatures. Okay, we're going to review the seasons and temperatures. Okay, so let's look at our seasons. Let's look at the temperatures and seasons. Okay. All right. So on your paper, I want you to write these 4 words. Number 1, I want you to write Koyataza. Oh, number your paper 1 through 4, actually. Okay, on your same paper that you had your crayons on with coloring, I want you to just draw a line to separate it. And then I want you to put seasons and temperatures. So you can do it under it, or if you want to start a new sheet of paper, some people like to keep their notes separate. Okay, on your paper, you can write this. You can write seasons and temperatures. Okay, seasons and temperatures on your paper. Okay, and then write numbers 1 through 4. Numbers 1 through 4 on there. Okay, all right. Okay. All right. So number 1 on your paper, under seasons, I want you to write Koyataza. Koyataza. Koyataza for number 1. Number 2, I want you to write Quar. Quar. And Koyataza is spelled Q-A-Y-A-T-A-Z-A. Koyataza. That's Q-A-Y-A-T-A-Z-A. Koyataza. Okay. For number 2, I want you to write quar. Q-A-R. Quar. All right. Just got all my stuff here. I'm just moving stuff out the way so everybody can have some. All right. For number 3 on your paper, I want you to write hum. For number 3 on your paper, I want you to write come. Write that on your paper. So number 1, Quayataza. Number 2, quar. Number 3, hum. That's C-H-A-A-M. Hum. All right. And then number 4, I want you to write chayat. Rock. Chayat. Oh, it's lucky. It's kind of hard to. Charap. Charap. Okay. It's lucky on that. Just trying to. Sometimes a ha. That's a ha. Charap. All right. It's lucky on that. That's number 4. So we got Quayataza for 1, quar for 2, 3, quam, 4, charap. Okay? Charap. All right, let's see what people remember. This is all review. Even if you weren't here last week, it's good to take a good guess and participate because it helps you to think and remember. All right, from last week or a couple weeks ago, does anybody remember what season or temperature, all right, is Quayataza? Quayataza. Does anybody remember? Give it a couple seconds to put it in, and then we'll put the answer. Okay, anybody remember what season that is? Quayataza. Right? I don't know if anybody remembers, but let's put it in. Quayataza equals the summer. Quayataza equals summer. All right, we're doing seasons or temperatures, and then we're going to talk about it. So Quayataza equals summer. All right, let's go to number 2. Number 2 on our sheet was quar. Does anybody remember what quar means in the English? Quar. I'll give people a clue. It's getting quar outside now in this season. Okay? I gave you a clue. Quar. What temperature or season am I talking about? Gave you a clue. It's getting quar outside. Okay? Give you a chance to put it in. All right? Excellent. It's cold. Excellent. Excellent job. All right? People online. Next one. Hum. What season or temperature is that? Hum. What season or temperature is that? Hum. Take a good guess, too. Even if you'd have no clue, it's always good to take a guess. Now, you know, I'm at home today. You know, if I was in class, I'd be calling on everybody. So it's good to just put it in the chat to take a good guess. Hum. I remember what season or temperature that is. I'll put this here to get ready. Okay, once just to put an answer. Okay, good try. Okay. This is actually a temperature. It means hot. Hum is hot. So quar is cold. Hum is hot. Okay, those are your two temperatures that you're going to need to know. So I'll give you for a second. Okay. All right. And the last one. All right, we're coming down to our last one. Let's see. Select it for 1 second. Okay. I got it. Our last one is Charap. Charap. Okay, what season is that? What season is that? So this is a season. Harap. Harap. You might want to take a good guess. Give me 10 seconds. Put the guess in there. Harap. Okay, I see a sister put in there fall. Anybody else want to try it? Not saying she's right or wrong. We're just going to see. Anybody else puts in there. Harap. Right. Officer Kara got it correctly. Excellent job, Officer. That is winter. That's winter. Excellent. Harap equals winter. Now, can anybody, we went over this last class. Can anybody tell me why we don't have fall or spring as seasons? Why is that not in the Bible? Why do we have fall? Why do we only have 2 seasons? Why do we have summer, Kwayataza, and Harap, which is winter? Why do we have only those 2 seasons? Why do we have Kwayataza and Harap? Go ahead and put that in the chat. Select, let me open this door for a sec. Select, one sec. All right, gave people some time to answer. Does anybody know why we held those 2 seasons? All right. I don't think people are like, I have no idea. All right. The reason is because, okay, I see one person. Okay. I see Officer Kara put in there. Okay. All right. All right, good. I got a couple answers. Well, the reason is because in Israel, there really only is like 2 seasons. Winter and summer. That's really it. Okay, there's certain places around the earth that don't have all 4 seasons. Okay, if you think about looking at the biomes or the certain ecosystems around the world, a lot of those ecosystems only have 2 seasons. So in the Israel area, especially anciently, when they were doing the seasons, they just had summer. Okay, and that's where the harvest was coming in. Okay, they split it up to summer and winter. Summer is when you got all the harvest. Okay, you got all your harvest. You're pulling up your crops. Okay, that's the time of like the time of harvest. Okay, I think a sister put in there. Okay, then you had your winter. That was like your colder, rainy season. Okay, that was Harap. That's where you did. A lot of times you did your planting. Okay, in those seasons. So. Okay, so those are the 2 seasons per se. Okay, and then it was hot and cold. Okay, your summer season is usually hot. Your colder season usually was cold or quar. Okay, so those are the reasons. And think about us in our land in Israel. All right, so once again, summer Kwayataza, winter Harap, cold quar, hot Chum. Okay, those are the temperatures and seasons you need to know. All right, so let's do this. We got one more thing we need to do before we get into our song today. We actually do have a song today we're going to go over. Okay, this is going to help you understand your days of the week. We're going to go over the days of the week. So if you have a sheet of paper, get a blank sheet of paper again. Okay, I want you at the top of that paper to put this. I want you to put new colors, and then I want you to split it up. I want you to have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I want you to have 4 columns going down and 2 rows going, or really 3 rows going across. Okay, 4 columns going down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 rows going across, 1, 2, 3. So make it looking just like this. Okay, all right, and then I want you to label your top row. The first one I want you to label is Hebrew. Okay, that's going to be in your first row column is Hebrew. Next to that, in that second row column, I want you to put English. All right? I want you to put English. Okay? Next one over, I want you to put color. And then the last one, I want you to put picture. So you have Hebrew, English, color, picture. That's what I want you to put on there. Okay. All right. Give me a second to write that. Hebrew, English, color, picture. I should have put that on there. I'll give you about 30 seconds. Let's make a quick chart. 4 columns going down, 3 rows going across. The top row going across. Those are like your subtitles. Okay, you got Hebrew, English, color, picture. Give about 15 more seconds. Shouldn't take too long. All right. All right, let's go over 2. We're going to just go over 2 new colors today. Then we got to get into our song. I know people are excited about the song. All right. Under the word Hebrew in your first column going down, I want you to write kasap in that first column going down. I mean, actually, it's in that second row of the first column. So under Hebrew, okay, in your first column going down in the second row, I want you to write the word kasap. I'll write it here in the chat so you know how to spell it. Kasap. All right. And then right there under kasap, right there under kasap, I want you to write the word kathawam. If you just joined us, shalom, sisters, just join us. We're just making another chart. Okay, 4 rows going down, 3 rows going across. 4 columns, Slakia. 4 columns going down, 3 rows going across. All right, kathawam. I'll put that in the chat. All right. So, like we did the last couple previous classes, what you're going to do is you have the Hebrew word. I want you to write what you think is the English. We're going to ask, and then we're going to color it in our box. And then I want you to draw a picture that reminds you of that color. Trooper Ayat did excellent when he was in class. When we went over the word tazahab, yellow, he, for his picture, drew a school bus. Because when you think of yellow, you think of the yellow school bus. You want to get the pictures in your mind so that you remember the color. Okay, because we associate concrete things with color. A lot of times people think of apple, they think of red or maybe green. When you think of grass, you think of green, your rock. So you want to start doing that for these Hebrew words so it will stick. All right? So for the first one, kasap. Anybody know what color that is? Okay, I'll also give you a hint. It's an element as well. It's an element and it's a color. It's really an element, though. Ken gave some people a clue. Put in the chat what do you think kasap is. Those that know science, I know you're thinking. Okay, I said it's an element. It's not hydrogen, though. You should know that it's not hydrogen. It's not talking about a gas. Well, okay. All right. Anybody want to put in the chat what they think that is? Kasap. All right. All right. Some people are thinking. All right. Kasap is silver. Kasap is silver. That's what kasap is. It's silver. All right. So in the English part, you're going to put silver in your box. So you remember, you're going to put silver. And then next to it, if you have like a pencils kind of can kind of give a silverish color. You can kind of use gray too. Just make it a shiny type. To make it a shiny type color. Okay. I'm just coloring it like, you can use a pencil or anything like that. Okay. Shiny type color. That's what silver. Kasap. All right. All right. Next to that, I want you to draw a picture of what reminds you of kasap. What reminds you of jewelry. Okay. Oh, I said jewelry. I was thinking jewelry. What reminds you of kasap? I'm going to put jewelry for mine. Okay. I'm thinking out loud. Okay. So, but maybe some people think like maybe like a spoon, a fork. Draw a picture of which reminds you of what kasap is silver. It's going to put like, my chain that I usually wear. Okay. I'm going to put my chain there. That's a silver color. I'm going to put chain next to it. I'll label it. Okay. My chain is silver. All right. Put in the chat what reminds you of silver. Go ahead and do that now. Put in the chat what reminds so we can read it so other people can, because sometimes other people need an idea too. They're like, I don't really know what to put for silver. When they hear somebody else say, they're like, oh yeah. They're like, I'll put that. Okay. Put in the chat what you wrote or wrote for what picture did you draw for silver. Go ahead and put that in the chat. Let's see what some people said. What reminds you of silver? I put jewelry, the necklace, the necklace that I wear. I put that as a reminder of kasap. Some people might put, okay, the sister put silverware. So she might be drawing spoons, forks, knives. Okay. Okay. Some people might put money, like some coins. Okay. To remind them of silver. All right. Anybody else got something that reminds them of kasap? Reminds you of it. You can also think of kasap as money in Hebrew as well. So it's like a homonym, because in context, when they're talking in the scriptures, when they're saying kasap, they're talking about money. So you could probably put that there because that will be a homonym or a homophone, or words that have a certain similar meanings, sound the same, different meanings. I mean, okay. Let's go to the next one. Kathawum. Does anybody know what color that is? Kathawum. Kathawum. All right. Kathawum. Oh, somebody got it. Okay. It is orange. It is orange. Okay. Go ahead and put that in your orange. Excellent. All right. Take your crayon, color that box orange. Take your crayon, color that box orange. All right. Draw something that reminds you of the color orange in the box next to it. So, kathawum equals orange. I put that in the chat. Kathawum equals orange. Go ahead and put that in the chat. Go ahead and put down in your box what picture that you're going to draw or picture you're drawing. Draw something that reminds you of orange. I'm trying to think what reminds me of orange. Oh, I might think of something. Don't put, well, I ain't gonna tell if somebody with the put, but all right. I got something. Okay. All right, put in the chat what you put for orange, what reminds you of orange. All right, I put something for me. Let's put in the chat what some people said, what reminds them of the color orange. Kathawum. And hear what other people have to say. I put something. All right. You might want to put in there with the chat so we can give some Akim some help. All right. Somebody put an orange. That makes sense, like a fruit. Orange fruit. I put a pumpkin. I think because I just put a pumpkin. Pumpkins are usually orange, but an orange fruit. That's usually pretty, that's pretty simple. So that reminds you. Okay, so we have Kasat is silver, Kathawum is orange. All right. All right, so we have our colors. We got 2 new colors today. Okay, we're just going to do over those. We went over all of our colors. We went over a season. Now it's time for the fun part that everybody's been waiting for. Everybody's been waiting for Officer Yara to do a song. Now, let me put a disclaimer. I am not Captain Akkad. Captain Akkad is an excellent rapper. He's an excellent artist. Okay. Officer Yara is not. Okay. But the reason why, now, be seriously, the reason why we do songs is for you to remember. Remember, when you were in pre-K and kindergarten, I see another sister put in there a carrot for Kathawum. That's an excellent sister. That's an excellent point. When you were in pre-K, kindergarten, you learned through music. Okay, you learned your ABCs through music. You sung the ABCs. Okay, so that it could be in your mind. Okay, when you're working with young kids, a lot of kids remember through music and they remember through movement. They remember through both of them. Okay, so we're doing this so that you have a reminder of certain things. Okay, we're going to go through days of the week. Okay, so we're going to do a song. It's going to kind of be like a song. It's going to be kind of a little rough around the edges. But the reason why we do that is so that you can remember the days of the week. Okay, so you can, at the top of your paper, if you want to do paper, you don't have to. Days of the week, Yum Yum Ba Shabawai. Okay, that's days of the week. I'll put it in the chat. Yum Yum Ba Shabawai. Okay, and that means days in week. That's what it really means. Days in week. Okay. Yum Yum Ba Shabawai. Oh, I didn't spell Shabawai right. I didn't put that. Okay. Salaki, I misspelled Shabawai. Okay. It really means days in week. Okay. Yum Yum is days. Ba has a lot of meanings. In this context, it means in. It could be in, it could be with, depending on the context. Okay. So, and then week is Shabawai. It could also be Shabai, depending on the context, but Shabawai, we'll do that so you can distinguish what we're going to sing. Okay. All right. Let's see if I can see that. And if you're at home, sing this. Have your children singing this. I'm not really going to be singing. I'm just going to try to make a little beat and kind of, say it in a, rhythm tone. Okay. So what I'm going to be saying is the song is going to be, the song is going to be, there are 7 days in a week. Okay. There are 7 days in a week. Okay. Okay. So that's what I'm going to be saying. I'm saying in Hebrew. Okay. So let's see if we can get a little rhythm there. Okay. Let's see if I can say it. I'm going to say it 4 times. I want you to say it. Okay. So it's Yash Shabai Yum Yum Ba Shabawai. That's how we're going to say it. Yash Shabai Yum Yum Ba Shabawai. Okay. Yash Shabai Yum Yum Ba Shabawai. Yash Shabai Yum Yum Ba Shabawai. Let me put that in the chat so some people are like, well, what is he saying? I'll go really slow and then we're going to put it to the beat. Okay, so it's Yash Shabai Yum Yum Ba Shabawai. Okay, Yash Shabai Yum Yum Ba Shabawai. Okay, look at the chat. And so when I'm saying it, you should say it. Then I'm going to put it in English. What is it saying in English? There are 7 days in a week. In week. Really, it's really a week. Okay? So, now that you got it, you can clap your hands. So we're going to say it 4 times in the Hebrew. Then we're going to say it 4 times in the English. So we'll say Yash, Shabbai, Yom Yom, Ba, Shabawai. Then after we say it 4 times, we'll say there are 7 days in a week. There are 7 days in a week. There are 7 days in a week. Okay. Ba, Shabbai, Yom Yom, Ba, Shabawai. All right, you ready? Give me I'm a ready in the chat. Okay. Not easy doing a song. Okay. I'm definitely not an artist. Okay. Probably can ask one of the captain, maybe a Captain Akkad, if he can make a nice rap out of this. He's a really good artist. Obviously, I'm just a teacher. Okay. All right. Everybody ready? Everybody ready? I'm sure people are ready. Okay. Here we go. We're going to do it 4 times in the Hebrew. Then we'll say it in the English. Okay. Here we go. Yash Shabbai Yum Yum Ba Shabawai. 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 There are 7 days in a week. 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 In Hebrew, Ba Shabbai Yum Yum Ba Shabawai. Yash Shabbai Yum Yum Ba Shabawai. Yash Shabbai Yum Yum Ba Shabawai. Yash Shabbai Yum Yum Ba Shabawai. There are 7 days in a week. 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 Yash Shabbai Yum Yum Ba Shabawai. All right. How many people got it? People get it? All right. How many people got that? All right. There are 7 days in a week. Okay. Yash Shabbai. Yash is there are. Shabbai, 7. Yum Yum, days. Ba, in. Week. Shabawai. Okay. That's what we're saying. Yash, there are. Shabbai, 7. Days, Yum Yum. In is Ba, and then week, Shabawai. There are 7 days in a week. There are 7 days in a week. Yash Shabbai Yum Yum Ba Shabawai. Yash Shabbai Yum Yum Ba Shabawai. All right? Think people got it. Okay? Now, 7 days in a week, we didn't have, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. That was when we, went into captivity, we were saying it. We didn't call them that. The scriptures in Genesis 1, what do we call them? We call them day first or first day, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day of rest. That's day 7, day rest. Okay? So we're going to get back to how we used to say them. We didn't say Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's not what we said. We would say day first. And a lot of times, in most languages, that's how English is usually backwards. In most languages, they say the noun first, then the adjective. Okay? We in English, for some reason, we'll say the adjective, then the noun. So in a lot of languages, they won't say they won't say red car, they'll say car red. Okay? Because car is the noun, then they say the adjective that describes the noun. Okay, in English, we're just, we say, first day, but really, anciently, we said day first. Day is the noun, first describes that noun. Okay, that's the adjective. Okay, so day 1 would be our first day first, and you're thinking day first means first day, is Yawam Ra'ashwan. Yawam Ra'ashwan. Everybody. Yawam Ra'ashwan. Everybody. Yawam Ra'ashwan. What does that mean? Day first. Okay? Day first. Okay? Day first. Okay? Day first. Back to Hebrew. Yawam Ra'ashwan. Okay? Yawam Ra'ashwan. Again. Yawam Ra'ashwan. Again. Yawam Ra'ashwan. What does that mean? Day first. Day first. Okay? All right, so that's day first. After day, so that's day one, first day. Ra'ash in Hebrew, okay, Yawam is day. That's the singular part for day, Yawam. Now, if it's days, it's Yum Yum, okay? Yawam is day in Hebrew. So if you're talking about just one day or just a day, it's Yawam. If you're saying days, then it's Yum Yum. Remember our song, Yah Shabbai, Yum Yum. Yum Yum, because that's days, okay? The second yum makes it a plural word, like we're adding an S at the end. Okay, but if we're just saying one day, okay, we would say Yawam. So Yawam means day, and then first means Ra'ash. Okay? It means Ra'ash. So we say Yawam Ra'ash one, day first. 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 Okay, and after the first day, what is it? It's the second day or day two. Okay, day two. Okay, so what we say, what's day two? Day again is Yawam. So we say Yawam Shunya. Yawam Shunya, day two. Yawam Shunya, day two. Yawam Shunya, day two. Yawam Shunya, day two. Yawam Ra'ashwan, day one. Yawam Ra'ashwan, day one. Yawam Ra'ashwan, day one. Yawam Shunya, day two. Yawam Shunya, day two. Okay? All right, we got a couple days down. We got a couple days down. Okay, let's go to day three. Okay, so Yawam, once again, is day. And then three, like we went over our numbers before, is Shalash. Okay, so it'll be Yawam Shalash. Yawam Shalash, day three. Yawam Shalash, day three. Yawam Shalash, day three. Say it in Hebrew, and then after it, say it in English. Yawam Shalash, day three. Yawam Ra'ashwan, day first. Yawam Ra'ashwan, day first. Okay? All right? It's good to just sing it, get it out. You mess up, so what? Okay, you want to get it in your mind of what day, what is a day, the days of the week in Hebrew. Okay, Yawam Shunya, day two. Yawam Shalash, day three. Yawam Shalash, day three. Yawam Shalash, day three. Okay, so, all right, let's see if we can put it all together. I know we got 4 other days, but it's good to let's see if we can do the chorus. Okay, let's see if we can do the chorus. We'll say it in Hebrew, okay? And then we'll say it in English. So let's do the chorus first. Let's do the chorus. We're going to say the chorus 4 times. If you're at home, how many people are still with me? Okay, some people are like, man, this guy, who taught him how to sing? Okay, but obviously the point is that you learn. Okay, that's just the point. Okay, the point is that you're learning, you're having fun with it, because that's just the best way to learn is to have fun, not to be bored. Okay, and if you can do the song better, please record it and send it in. All right, just send it in so I won't have to be up here singing the songs. Okay, all right. So let's start it. Let's start it from the beginning. Let's say it 4 times in the English. In the Hebrew. Okay. Yah Shabbai Yum Yum Ba Shabawa. 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 There are 7 days in a week. 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 Yah Shabbai Yum Yum Ba Shabawa. All right? Okay? Okay, let's go through 1 through 3. Yawam Ra'ashwan, first, day first. Yawam Ra'ashwan, day first. Yawam Shunya, day 2. Yawam Shunya, day 2. Yawam Shunya, day 2. Yawam Shalash, day 3. Yawam Shalash, day 3. All right, let's go over the next 3 days. Okay, and of course, when you're teaching, you always teach in threes. People a lot of times remember in threes. So remember that. Okay, when people learn, they put threes. So the first 3 days, Yawam Ra'ashwan, day first. Yawam Shunya, Day 2, Yawam Shalash. Day 3. Okay, so we got those down pat. Okay. All right, and let's put that in the chat. Okay. Yawam Ra'ashwan. Let's put that in the chat so people can have the song. Some people are going to be singing this song tonight, even though, they're going to be like, I don't know what was going on with Officer Uriah. Okay, but they'll be like, that song is in my head now. And that's what I want. Okay, I want you to have this song so we can learn, get back to our culture, get back to our language. All right, Yawam Shunya. I'll put day 2. Oh, special Tawada to Officer Raalban and the England Britain area, and Officer Azahab, Officer Aisha in New York, Officer Abadia. Those brothers, those brothers. I always say it every class, but it's real. Those brothers have a lot of patience with me because I'm always asking them questions so I can get better in the Hebrew. So Tawada to those brothers. Officer Raalban over in England. I don't know if he knows, but he really helped make this song because I was like, well, how would you say this? So the water to that brother, officer. So the water to those officers over in New York, England, Britain area. I think that's in Jersey area. The water to all of those fine officers. They're a big help, and they're very they show a lot of patience when I'm calling them at different times trying to get this Hebrew down pat. All right, so we got day 3. I'm putting all this in the chat. So you should have this in the chat. Okay? All right, let's go over a few more, and then we'll end it off. Okay, let's see. Okay, day 4 in Hebrew, Yawam Arabai. Okay, it's day 4. Yawam Arabai. Day 4, Yawam Arabai. Day 4, Yawam Arabai. Day 4, Yawam Arabai. Day 4. All right, that's day 4. Okay, so Yawam Arabai. I'll put that in the chat. Arabai. That's day 4. Okay, day 5, Yawam Kamash. Okay, Yawam Kamash. Day 5, Yawam Kamash. Day 5, Yawam Kamash. Day 5, Yawam Kamash. Day 5, Yawam Shasha. Day 6, Yawam Shasha. Day 6, Yawam Shasha. Day 6, Yawam Shabsha. Day 6, Yawam Arabai. Day 4, Yawam Arabai. Day 4, Yawam Arabai. Day 4, Yawam Arabai. Day 4, Yawam Hamash. Day 5, Yawam Hamash. Day 5, Yawam Hamash. Day 5, Yawam Hamash. Day 5, Yawam Shasha. Day 6, Yawam Shasha. Day 6, Yawam Shasha. Day 6, Yawam Shasha. Day 6. All right. Okay, so let's put this in the chat. Kamash, that's day 5. Yawam Kamash is day 5. And Yawam Shasha is day 6. All right. So let's see if we can put it all together. One more time. I know people are like, man, we're going this again. We got it. Okay. We're going to put it all together. We're going to do this song. We're going to go through days 1 through 6. We're not going to repeat them 5 times. We are going to repeat the beginning part 4 times, and then we'll just go through them. Okay. All right. Here we go. We're going to say the chorus 4 times in Hebrew, 4 times in English. Then we're going to go through the days. Okay. Here we go. All right, let's get it done. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Let's get a beat. Ya Shabbat Yum Yum Ba Shabawa. 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 You want Ra'ash one. Oh, I'm slacking. Supposed to go over the English. There are 7 days in a week. 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 Yawam Ra'ash one. Day first. Yawam Shunya. Day 2. Yawam Shalash, day 3. Yawam Arabai, day 4. Yawam Kamash, day 5. Yawam Shasha, day 6. Ya Shabbai Yum Yum Ba Shabawa. 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 There are 7 days in a week. 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 Yawam Ra'ashwan, day first. Yawam Shunya, day 2. Yawam Shalash, day 3. Yawam Arabai, day 4. Yawam Kamash, day 5. Yawam Shasha, day 6. Ya Shabbai Yum. All right, we got to end it off now with day 7. Day 7 is Yawam Shabbath. Yawam Shabbath, day rest. Yawam Shabbath, day rest. Yawam Shabbath, day rest. That's what it is. Okay, that's because that's the Sabbath, that's the rest day. So we know that as day rest. Yawam Shabbath. All right, let's put it all together now. We're going to do it one time. We're going to get out of here. Okay, all right. I want, if you're at home, save the song. Oh, let me put that in the chat. Yawam Shabbath. Okay, day rest, which really is, we're just saying day 7. Okay, Yawam Shabbath means day rest. That's the Sabbath. All right, let's put it all together 4 times. This is just, we're only going to do one time through. 4 times in the Hebrew, 4 times in the English. Okay, then we're going to go through all the days. Let's see if we can do this. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Let's get a snap then. Here we go. Ya Shabbai Yum Yum Ba Shabawa. 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 There are 7 days in a week. 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 Yawam Ra'ashwan, day first. Yawam Shunya, day 2. Yawam Shalash, day 3. Yawam Arabai, day 4. Yawam Hamash, day 5. Yawam Shasha, day 6. Yawam Shabbath, day rest. Ya Shabbai Yum Yum Ba Shabawa. 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 All right, we did it. We got through all of our songs today. We got through the days of the week. Okay, maybe one day it'll be a hit. Okay, but the real reason why we sing it is so you can remember it. You'll be going to bed tonight and be like, that song was ridiculous, but you'll be waking up tomorrow on the Sabbath and you'll be like, ba ya shabba yum yum ba shabba. We be like, that you're right, I tell you. Okay, so let's just review. What did we learn today? That's the thing. What did we learn today? We went over our colors. We reviewed all of our colors that we had. Okay, we reviewed the colors, which colors did we review? We reviewed your rock, okay, which is green, chawam, brown, tazahab, yellow, zahab, gold, laban, white, shachawar, black, arawam, red, aragaman, purple, thakalaf, blue. Those are our reviews. Okay. Then we went and reviewed our seasons. We talked about that there's really 2 seasons biblically because we were in Israel and they looked at the seasons. They split it up into, the year. It was like 2 seasons. You had summer, Kwayataza. Okay. That was the season where you're getting the harvest. Okay. And then you had the winter, Harap. It's the cold season, cold, rainy season. okay, where you would do your planting. Then we had the two temperatures, chum, which means hot, okay, chum means hot. Then we had the temperature, quar, cold. So chum, hot, quar, cold. Those are two temperatures. All right, then we went over two new colors today. Okay, we went over the color kasap, which is silver, also can mean money in Hebrew. Okay, some people said that they to remind them of silver, they put silverware, okay, or a chain. Okay, something around. Then we had katawam, orange. Someone talked about the fruit orange, the orange fruit, or a pumpkin, like I said. Some sister, I think, said a carrot. Draw the pictures. Then we went over our days of the week. Okay, we went over that. There are 7 days in a week. It's Yash, Shabai, Yom Yom, Ba, Shabawat. There are Yash, Shabai, 7 Yom Yom days, Ba, in Shabawai, week. Okay, we went over each day. Day first, Yawam Ra'ashwan. Day 2, Yawam Shunya. Day 3, Yawam Shalash. Day 4, Yawam Arabai. Day 5, Yawam Hamash. Day 6, Yawam Shasha. Day 7, or day rest, Yawam Shabbath. Right? With that, wait a minute. Just to remind, we're the ISUBK coming on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. We have the next feast day that is coming up is December 14th, which is Hanukkah. And if you want to be any young man that wants to be a trooper in the school, you must, wear black boots, all black. And with that, we're going to end it off here with, I'll greet the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh, Shem Yahshua, Barakathum, to all the Akim out there, and Yahweh Shamar Alathum, by Shem Yahweh Shah, to all the Akwathian. Until next time, Shalom.